Thank you very much, Liverpool. Paul's already covered it, but he's having a good night so far. Excellent, man. I'm buzzing to be back in Liverpool. I love coming down. The drive was made even sweeter this time because my cousins just rang us up and asked us to be godfather of his newborn child. Yeah, man. It's an honour. I know it's an honour because I've already got 5 godkids that I didn't want. I learnt my lesson with this one, though. I was like, can I wait a few years to find out whether this one's a dickhead or not first? Because Alfie, his oldest one, is a fucking mentalist, right? And he knows I do comedy, so he always wants a joke as well, which is so annoying, because I've got no clean jokes, right? Had to go old school on me that day. I went, okay, Alfie, son, how does Batman's mum call him in for his dinner? It's a classic, it's old school, he's dead excited. He's like, I don't know, Uncle Anth, how does she? I went, she doesn't, she's dead, she died in the first movie, dickhead, pay attention. Fuck him, innit? Gotta grow up eventually, little bastards, right? Took me long enough to grow up, took me like 30 years, but I finally done it. I got married the other year, and it was amazing. I'd like to say it was the best day of my life, but the next day I went on a 2-week all-inclusive honeymoon, so I'll be honest with you, I took over it. And we went to Paphos, Cyprus, because comedy's going well, but it's not going Mauritius well, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter where you go on holiday, it's always the same. You get off the plane, it's bzzz, piss off, bzzz, get away, bzzz, got it. There was fucking kids everywhere. Right now, I'm not a fan of children, right? We're about to establish how much I don't like other people's kids, right? I said to my wife, first day around the pool, under my breath, I went, there's little bastards everywhere. Now, it turns out I don't have an under my breath, right? This dad, the size of Big Show from WWE, fucking like that, comes storming up. He's like, excuse me, big man, there's an adults-only pool over there. Save yourself, run. I did it, was fantastic. It was a hydro pool. There was bubbles, jets going up my arse. You'd have fucking loved it, mate. It was fantastic. Got a colonic while I was in there, girls. Wasn't on the menu. Just loving life, right? Then the next day, me and the wife's in the jacuzzi, bottle of Prosecco. It was all-inclusive, I'm not a dick, right? I'd never had Prosecco before for 2 reasons. 1, I'm from Newcastle. My mates would beat the shit out of me, right? 2, I was led to believe that it's a poor person champagne. But it's not, is it, girls? No, not at all, no. It's a posh bitch's Lambrini, that's what that shit is. Doesn't even come in cherry flavour, you're missing a trick. But me and the wife's just loving life on the honeymoon in the jacuzzi. Then this woman come in the adults-only pool, bear them 3 words in mind, with our 4 little feral pet humans. Just released them in. I says to the wife, I says, oh, whoa, I'm not having that. She says, what's the matter? I said, what's the matter? There'll be piss in that pool now. She went, you've just had a piss, haven't you? I went, that's not the point, right? Went to kick off at Andreas, the bar manager. She said, sit down, grow up, make an adult decision for once in your life. So I did. My first ever married adult decision was when this woman's kids got in the pool, I'd get out the pool. Now, I thought that was fair. I thought I was being the bigger man. Next day, her kids were in and out the pool 8 times in 2 hours. She clocked us. Come storming up. It was like a fucking episode from Jeremy Kyle. Yeah! Have you got a problem with my children? I think she had 3 teeth. I'm being generous. She's like, you got a problem with my children? They're angels. I went, oh, no, sorry, just the courts say I'm not allowed within 10 feet of anyone else's kids anymore. If anywhere's going to clap paedophilia, I'm glad it's Liverpool. Let me assure you, Liverpool, it was an adults-only pool after that. Didn't see another kid for the rest of the fucking honeymoon. I felt I'd won the war. It's class. Come along, children, just get out of his way. You're fucking brilliant. Loved it. And then I learned something when I got home that I wish I had on honeymoon. And if you don't want to look like a paedophile, and why the fuck would you, right? I'm going to teach us how to hit other people's kids legally, right? Bear that bit in. That bit is very important, right? I was in Asda with Alfie, the dickhead, right? We're at the sweet counter, not for him, greedy bastard. And he just innocently went, can I have one of them? So I ignored him, because I reckon I've got parenting to a T, right? Second time, gets a bit angsty with us. He went, yeah, can I have one of them? So I ignored him again. Fuck him, right? Third time, stamped his foot like a little bitch. Can I have one of them? And this random woman standing next to her out of nowhere just turned around and went, how many times have I told you? Oh, shit, that one's not mine. Oh, and it's not, is it? He belongs to me. High five, because that's fucking brilliant, isn't it? What's he going to do, ring child line? Shit, it is. Who hit you? I've no idea. We're getting away with that shit. 100% getting away with it. This next bit might come as a bit of a surprise, Liverpool, but I became a dad recently. Got a little girl at home called Emma. I wanted a boy. Beggars can't be choosers. I really was a beggar as well. Like, I'm not ashamed to say this on stage. I tried for 2 years to have a kid. I didn't think me willy worked, if I'm honest with you. Like, my wife ended up telling me to get an app to tell her when to have sex. Now, I've had an app for a lot of shit, but I didn't think sex was going to be one of the issues for us, right? It was like a whole new level of Angry Birds on our phone. She just turned up out of nowhere. Anthony, the app says we've got to have sex now. I'm like, yeah, all right. Can I finish having dinner with your parents first and I'll come straight up, love? I told you when to do everything, told you when to weigh on a stick. We'd done that. It said 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, and I burst into tears. My wife was crying. I was crying for about 5 minutes, and I thought, shit, I'm meant to be a northern bloke. I'm going to have to pull this back. So I said something, just once, as a joke. I'm sorry that I ever said this, ladies. I've apologised to my wife every day since. Lads, never say it. Said to my wife just once, as a joke, are you worried they might gut you like a fish? Right now... Ooh, laughter over there, bastard. Yeah, to be fair, my wife didn't laugh, but she did stop crying, so it worked, right? She went angry really quick. She's like, I fucking am now. I went, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. 9 months passed, she went into labour. I used to say we went into labour. My wife corrects me, it was very much her, because I was one of them dickhead blokes. Was it, I'll tell you what's worse than labour? Huh? Man flu. It's fucking not, right? Fucking... The wife was in labour for 12 hours. 12 hours back-to-back labour. What that means is the baby's spine was rubbing against her spine. It was that bad. At one point, I had to put my phone down and hold her hand. Didn't even get gas in there. And at the end of the 12 hours, the nurse looked up and she said something I wasn't expecting. She went, category 1 emergency, category 1 emergency, everyone to theatre, everyone to theatre. I thought, I don't know what that means. And I went to cry again. And I thought, use your humour, because it worked so well 9 months earlier. So I just said, category 1 emergency, sounds exotic, what's that? She gave us the worst look I've ever been given, and rightfully so. She went, immediate threat to life of mother and child. I went, ooh, shit. Do you have anything in a category 2? Fuck it, we'll take a 3, we don't mind, right? They didn't, right? Turns out, all it was, my daughter's got a fat head and she wouldn't come out the foof. That's all it was. I don't know if that's a slant on my fat-headed daughter or a compliment to my wife, but either way... The wife likes that joke, funnily enough. Tell them about me tight fanny tonight, Anthony. Yes, darling. But basically, the daughter wasn't budging. So they put forceps around her head, they played tug-of-war, my daughter won. Had to give my wife a C-section. Of course they fucking did. So we're in the recovery room 3 hours later. We're all well, because I know you're worried about my health. Thank you very much, right? The nurse come through, that same nurse that I had that bit of banter with. And she come through and she went, Mrs. Young, you've had a C-section. My wife says, oh, you don't need to tell us. She went, oh, no, Mrs. Young. There's a few things you can't do. She shot me a bit of a look. And I thought, ooh, where's this going? And she went, for the next 6 to 12 weeks, Mrs. Young, you can't. She whipped out a list as big as my arm. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can't dust, you can't hoover, you can't do any shopping, you can't do any heavy lifting. Make your husband do fucking everything. For the next 6 to 12 weeks. And after everything my wife had been through, the labour, the drugs, the fat-headed baby, after everything, she just turned and looked at me and went, huh, who's gutted now? Me. I'm loving it though. I'm loving being a dad. It's like the best thing ever. I'm a full-time dad and a full-time comedian. If I'd have known that at 18, I'd have never went into hairdressing. Because, yeah... There's a stigma attached to male hairdressers that I was unaware of. I worked at Regis in the Metro Centre. I remember I was washing a woman's hair once. She looked up at us and she went, hey, it's funny, you don't look gay. And I knew I was meant to be a comedian because without thinking I just went, oh, you should see with a dick in my mouth, love. Don't know how I lasted 3 years, to be honest with you. And I go to baby groups now, and that's amazing. Normally, I'm the only dad there because it's a very mummy-orientated thing. And we'll sing songs like Dingle Dangle Scarecrow. I'll sing that shit all day. I fucking love it, right? But then they sing Old MacDonald, which is nice because I can do most of the animals. But one of the mums gets to shout out every week what she wants. And this week, she picked a turkey, which is fine. That's financially viable. I understand why Old MacDonald would have a turkey. But you try keeping a straight face as 20 women are singing with a gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there. I was just like, maybe if you give a gobble gobble love, you wouldn't be in that situation. And like I say, I got a little girl and I do love her. It's amazing. And I didn't want a boy for any bravado reasons. Wasn't for the next John Cena or anything. I just want scale extras and wrestling figures. I'm not going to lie. I might still get it, but at the minute, I've got My Little Pony and Minnie Mouse all over my fucking house, right? She's got this $1. It's quite cute. You press her hand. It's Minnie. And she goes like, "Hi, want to play? I see the moon and the moon sees me." Which is lovely during the day. But I was watching a knock-off version of It on the Cody box the other night. Of course fucking Liverpool has Cody. Hey, Genesis Reborn, am I right? Yeah! So I'm watching that, and Minnie went off on her own, and I went, fucking hell. It's Chucky, right? And my wife went, "From the Rugrats." I went, "What?" "It's not Chucky Finster, darling, it's Chucky from Child's Play." She went, "What's Child's Play?" I went, "Hoo-hoo." So I put Child's Play straight on the Cody box, and we started watching that instead, right? If you haven't seen Child's Play, it's a lovely romantic comedy. It's about a little doll with a soul that comes to life and it knifes you in the face. It's fucking amazing. So we get to the knifing in the face bit. I set Minnie to go off on her own. My wife shit her fucking pants, right? Never seen a 30-year-old woman move so quick. She just jumped up, picked up the daughter's doll, went outside and chucked it in the bin. Come back and she went, "That's why I'm not in any horror movies, fat boy," and sat down. I thought, they'll try that in the movie. Chucky beats them home from the tip, right? So we get to that bit of the movie. I start chuckling and going like, "Hi, want to play?" She goes, "No, Anthony, fuck this." Paused it. I followed my 30-year-old wife outside, who took our daughter's favourite toy out of the bin, put it in the outdoor fire pit, and set fire to our daughter's favourite toy. Come back in, smelling of smoke and success. She was buzzing her tits off. She went to bed, happy she woke up, happy she woke me up to tell us that my little plan didn't work. So she went to work, I went to B&M, right? I didn't just buy one doll, heavens no, I've bought three identical dolls. £15 each, best 45 quid I've ever spent. I've strategically placed them throughout the house. So one's under the bed with the bedding, she'll find that next week. One's at the back of the wardrobe with her summer clothes, she might have fucking found that today, to be fair to her. And I just left one on the bench with a note and a knife that said, "Try that again, bitch." Fuck her. It's class, man. She's teething as well, me daughter. No one wonders about teething. When she shat in me face, I seen that coming, I'm not going to lie. Picking poo out my nose for 2 weeks, I'm fine with that. But, not even joking. There's just no sleep going on in the house. So I left my daughter at my mum's house the other night. My mum didn't know about it. I just fucked off, right? And I'm getting to the stage now, I don't know, lads, but I need to get up for a late night piss. So I get up for my late night piss. Apparently, my wife can hold her piss all night. Put her on a trampoline for 5 minutes, she's fucked. But in bed, not an issue. So as I get back into bed, I'm quite childish, as I'm sure we're aware by now. I thought, I'm not letting her sleep. So we've got this lifelike doll, so I left that outside the cot. I got back into bed and I made this noise. Now, this noise has to come with a warning because I do a baby impression that is better than a baby, right? You're going to think, a techie's pressed something, I've got nothing in my pockets, I'll even pull the microphone away. Some of you are thinking, mate, it can't be that good. I mean, bear with us, right? I got into bed and I made this noise. Sorry in advance. You were warned, right? Thank you. Horrible, isn't it? Best thing is, I don't need to do the facial expressions. So if I don't want to go shopping, I will just push the trolley around the supermarket doing this. People are just looking for a ghost child. They're like, "What the fuck?" Fuck's with them, man. My wife knows I can do this as well, but it's 8:00 in the morning. She jumps up, she grabs the doll. She's like, "Emma, you stupid fat bastard." Chuck the doll off my face, gives a black eye, and I had to sleep on the couch. Best night's sleep I've had in 9 months. I'm fucking taking it. I'll leave you this. I love offering advice, so I'll leave you this. You still get phone calls from call centre saying, "I can see you've had an accident." Yeah, I used to work in the call centres. They're scripted, right? Rings us up the other day, goes, hello, Mr. Young, we can see you've had an accident. I went, yes, I have. He went, ooh, sorry to hear that. I thought you fucking not, right? He said, what happened? I says, I was in a car. Another car pulled out in front of us on a roundabout, head-on collision. The airbags opened. I've got short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss. It was really bad. He says, ooh, when did it happen? I says, when did what happen? He said, the accident. I said, what accident? Who is this? I've hung up on the bastards. I've got them 3 times. Hey, ladies and gentlemen of Liverpool, this is the best comedy club in the world, and you are the best fans. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.